Don't you understand? You turn my life.
What's going on? What's going on?
Welcome back.
Welcome to another episode.
52. Shout out to Matt. It's November 28th, and it is approximately 8:30 in the evening Central Standard Time. This is Tuesday, November 28th. What's up, man?
Man, it's been a good week so far. You know, we had a
week
good
week of sports.
I ain't gonna lie, we had like a
lot
to cover.
Lots to talk about.
It was a lot of interesting topics from this past week.
For sure. Any current events or anything else outside of football and basketball we want to kind of touch base on before we dive right into the NFL?
I don't have anything on the calendar.
Me neither. Like I said, Happy Thanksgiving.
I was about to say Happy Thanksgiving.
That's last 7 days.
We rolling into fucking Christmas now. You know what I'm saying?
Christmas time. It is December. About to be December. About to be Christmas.
But yeah, I had to take that trip to Baltimore.
Went to Baltimore for Thanksgiving.
Had to take
it
trip
with the
crew.
Yeah, with crew. Shout out to Double R. You know what I'm saying? He always does it big for a few of us was there. Justice, who was all there? Justice was there. Seth, shout out to Seth. He's in the building right now. A few others, but yeah, Thanksgiving. Big homie has a friend from high school. I guess it catered.
Okay. Oh, I think I know you.
Yeah, and then I was at.
He come through with the vegan meals too.
Yeah, everything. And then one time I was at my 9 to 5, right? And one time he pulled up. I don't remember if I told Big Homie, but he pulled up. He's like, "Hey, you blah blah blah. You never satisfied, blah blah blah, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah." And then he's like, "Yeah, because I didn't remember. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the job, but no, man. But yeah, Thanksgiving. We had some Thanksgiving games, so I guess we'll dive right into that.
We could dive into some of them games, man.
Well, the games, right? So here we go. We had So we had 3 games, pretty good, a lot of good football. So first,
bunch of divisional joints.
Which makes it that much more exciting because past Thanksgivings, some games be, respect. Cowboys aren't always good. Past 20, 30 years, I remember Lions haven't always been good. So, but make all these divisional games.
It actually has some meaning to it.
Cause meaning and attention and interest for sure. But first, we have the NFC North matchup of the Green Bay Packers visiting the Detroit Lions. The Green Bay Packers,
they won
with the upset 29-22. Side note, Jack Harlow halftime performance not well received compared to the other halftime performance.
I think I don't know. It did look a little.
It's Detroit.
I don't even think it was Detroit. It felt like the NFL didn't quite produce that one as much as the other one. I feel like they didn't put the Bucks behind the Jack Harlow.
But you have the Detroit respect. You hear what I'm saying? You have the Detroit crew set up, and you have the Dallas crew and setup. So maybe the stadium and the crew and the resources.
You talking about $1 billion company though, bro?
True. But, I mean, yeah, it did look like from a high school musical play something.
It looked like
compared to Dolly Parton, but I mean, Dolly Parton wasn't gonna come out to no beat. Come on, you had her out the home at 77 looking like that. More on her later. but we have
decent game though.
Decent game. Detroit had all the numbers. Jared Goff 332 passing yards, rushing yards. Montgomery and St. Brown 95 receiving yards. So they led on that side. As far as statistics, but ultimately the Lions are.
Jordan Love 22 of 32, 268. And 3
Jordan Love with the upset for sure. So the next matchup had a lot of Cowboy Nation, whatever you want to call it. Dallas, not all of Dallas, but they had Washington visiting the Dallas Cowboys, the Commanders nowadays. The Cowboys with the blowout win, 45 to Washington's 10.
Sheesh, not much to say other than
the defense dominated, but it's just like I think just any team, you can't get too ahead of yourself. One game at a time, 1 week at a time. You blow out, you're beating teams you're supposed to beat. You're blowing out teams you're supposed to blow out. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got excited with the Giants, one of the worst teams in the NFL. Respect. You got Washington, one of the worst teams in the NFL. Respect. The Panthers, one of the worst teams in the NFL. So you blowing out, bottom 5, 10 teams.
He is going Tom Brady on these below 500 teams.
And shout out to Dak. He's he's about to have a child. And then Dolly Parton at the halftime. So, she's 77 years old performing. Good for her.
That kind of threw me off a little bit.
She had the whole setup.
She had the cheerleader.
No slander over here. Shout out to her. She's 77 out the house and
shout out to all the Cougars out there.
Shout out to Dolly Parton and all them, And then, Dallas with the blowout.
But Dak, 331, 4 touchdowns, 22 of 32.
Pollard, 79 yards. And Curtis Samuel, 100 yards on the other side as your rushing and receiving leaders. Dallas, like I said, man, more on Dallas later, but, they've lost a couple guys. The main thing I think about is Diggs, but they lost another guy on defense. I think he's a linebacker, white guy.
Van Eck.
His neck?
Van Eck.
His neck. Come on, season. Come on.
But he's regularly injured.
There you go. But
you know what I'm saying?
But Parsons still the man. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully Cowboys perform well in the playoffs. And we witnessed that. But history might repeat itself. Et cetera, et cetera. So the next game we have your San Francisco 49ers visiting the Seattle Seahawks. San Francisco with the win, 31 to Seattle's 13. Brock Purdy with 209 passing yards. Just blowout. The Seahawks didn't have their starting running back, Walker the third. He's pretty solid. I got him on one of my fantasy teams. Gino just outmatched. I'm not even being funny and the Niners and this, but they're just outmatched. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hypothetically if the Seahawks would have won that game, the spread was 7 49ers. If the Seahawks would have won that game, they would have tied the 49ers for first place. But you don't have your starting running back. It's pretty difficult to win games.
I'm pretty sure I got a question. So are you sold on Geno or you feel like they need to move on?
I want to move on. He had a great year last year. He had, what I'm saying? So you gave him a contract. No, you see his contract through. He's not the problem. He brought him to relevancy last year. Brought him to the playoffs last year. Don't, throw this guy on the street less than 365 days later. You know what I'm saying? Geno Smith, just as from the outside, non-biased perspective, this guy brought you back to relevancy. You put him in the system 3-4 years behind Russ. Let Russ go for whatever reason. Russ is gone, right, from the Seahawks. Geno takes over, and he breaks Russ's all passing yards in a season. And he made Pro Bowl. And he had me, almost,
edge you almost would.
On edge about, matchups against the 49ers. You know what I'm saying? I was like, the Seahawks are good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they're not good, but, last year they were better and they didn't have the starting running back in this game. So Brock Purdy had 209 passing yards. Christian McCaffrey with 114 rushing yards. and Deebo Samuel with 79 receiving yards. So dominant game. We got a big matchup next week. More on that. But that was the Thursday night matchups on Thanksgiving. Friday, I'm mad I missed this game.
I watched this.
I just forgot the time and XYZ and
I mean
work, all that.
So
but, wish I would have watched it. I just forgot what time it was.
Miami wins.
It's the first Black Friday game because game.
Guess who's out in front and a saving tackle.
So we had the Miami Dolphins visiting the New York Jets. Miami scored 35 to the Jets 13. We had Tua with 243 passing yards.
You got Tim Boyle in.
My man's Raheem Mostert with 94 rushing yards, former 49er, and receiving leader Jalen Waddle with 114. So the Dolphins dominated that game against their divisional.
Here's the big takeaway from this game. If you don't know, Aaron Rodgers is saying that he's going to play or he'll be ready to play.
If they're out of playoff contention, then no. But if he's ready, yeah, exactly. They already benched. The team was built for him. And if he feels he can come back within a season of what he went through, God bless him, then play. You know what I'm saying? Then play. And then he's got a whole other year in his contract. You're healthy. You play. You know what I'm saying? So should he come back? No, he's freaking dang near 40 years old. Should he come back if they're out playoff contention? No, but is a partial yes. But if you want to get ready for next year,
how many more years does he actually have?
He has 1 year left on his contract after this year.
So I'm looking at it like, bro, you need to pack it in, just keep rehabbing, like chill, stay on the sideline. You talking about you gonna play at the end of the year? What?
Lightning in the bottle. If they're in the hunt, but the time he gets back, they're not gonna be in the hunt, bro.
They ain't in the hunt now.
They're not in the hunt now. We'll more in the stands. We'll check for sure. But like
they lose another game,
they lose again. But if they catch lightning in the bottle, and all of a sudden they win 2, 3, 4 games
with Tim Boyle,
they have good players on the team. You know what I'm saying? Any given Sunday, right? So let's not count them out. They have a great defense. They got a great running back. Great running back, by the way. Hall, great running back, second-year player. I've had him on fantasy.
Breece Hall is decent.
Breece Hall is pretty.
Got shut down.
I'm a Breece Hall fan. He's
shut down on Friday though.
He's not going to win every game, but if you had Aaron Rodgers right there with them, he'd be dynamic. He'd be top 5, top 10 if Aaron Rodgers was on the field. And their receiver is good in this and that. Watch for them next year being the Devontae Adams sweepstakes. That's already out there.
Is Devontae Adams going anywhere though?
He just might. You know what I'm saying? Unless they get a better quarterback. Shout out to Jimmy G, but he's not the answer. She's not to the Raiders. He wasn't the answer for us.
Shit, y'all went to a Super Bowl
and lost it because of him.
All right, we go into the next game.
Yeah. Next, okay. So the Sunday matchups, we got about at least 10 matchups here. So we have the New Orleans Saints visiting the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta won the game 24 to New Orleans 15, divisional matchup. Atlanta, check Atlanta out with the upset. I would have bet on New Orleans, Atlanta, but how'd they win that game?
Bad quarterback play on both sides.
Bijan
Bijan
Robinson, 91 point. Yeah.
I'm gonna look and say that obviously Derek Carr probably wasn't converting touchdowns.
There you go. No, he had a lot of yards.
But you can get them field goals, but you got to punch that ball in the end zone, man.
Check you out. No facts.
Time quarterback.
Next game we have the Pittsburgh.
Well, hold on.
Oh, well, my bad.
So, other takeaway from this game: T.I. performed.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah,
T.I. performed.
This give about 5 minutes. Yeah, heck yeah.
T.I. performed.
Heck yeah. Oh yeah, this is gonna be one of the clips.
And shout out to Color in the building.
Shout out to Color, man. It was just Color's birthday, maybe.
Shout out to him.
A few weeks ago, a month ago. We talked on the phone. First time I talked a little bit. Shout out to Color, man. We talked on the phone. I wish him happy birthday. He's doing good.
So Luda apparently performed.
Yep, Luda performed. Sure did. And then he was in the Sting harness and did all his thing and this and that. That was pretty dope.
So apparently, also at this football game,
Clifford Harris
and his son King Harris,
known from the ATL movie,
got into a physical altercation.
Physical altercation with your father when you're 19 years old at his event, at his performance.
I think what we got to bring light to is what this altercation was over,
though. I saw in the comments, some would have said that it's built up aggression over the years, maybe about all the above. But I saw in the comments, maybe he inquired about going onto the field. He tripped out. Of course, everyone will say that. Yeah, he needs to sit down somewhere. He's 19 years old. He wanted to walk out with his father. No, this is T.I.'s song and this and that. This is a time and a place for everything. It's time and place for everything. Lil Wayne didn't bring out his sons when he came out with the Green Bay Packers. That's his favorite team. He didn't bring his son out and he performed. He's getting paid to be there to perform.
So there's another
same thing with T.I. Same thing with Ludacris.
There's another part to this situation. This is actually very important. So yes, King did say he was standing on business. So another part of their argument,
to your father, bro,
does he make
money, bro?
Was basically another part of this argument was King
still got an allowance.
King claiming that he was from the hood, and T.I. and his parents claiming that you are from a gated community.
Others fit in that category, but yes, come on. If King is 19 years old, so almost 20 years, so 2024, 2004, that's when T.I. dropped. Like 2004, Rubber Band Man, and all this other stuff. T.I. is one of the top rappers in his day, right? Right there with Lil Wayne, early 2000s, one of the top rappers in his day. This is like 20 years ago now. So that's when Mr. King, Mr. Young King was born. So he was born, like your daddy was already one of the best rappers.
For sure. But my
with money, with the everything else with money.
But my sentiment of this situation is
it actually wasn't both. I mean,
his granny was still in the hood, but my sentiment of this is what is the purpose of people making millions of dollars, getting out of the hood, doing all of these things if we just still want to be hood?
It's a young it's
people, obviously it's a maturity level
thing. People want to be, again, for people to push that narrative, people want to feel important, earn respect, or whatever the case may be, and it's like a badge of honor when it shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing wrong with being proud of your lineage, your family.
If you're from the hood, then you from the hood. I'm from the hood.
Fact, but the thing is, okay, there's nothing wrong with being proud of who you are, where you're from, et cetera, et cetera. But he has a identity crisis. He has identity crisis, and again, some will say celebrity kids, they're the worst ones because they got the ones they're the ones that go act out, and and they got something to prove. Keyword, he's 19, so that's what I'm saying. He's not fully developed. Any man, I'll say this, young man, 25 and below, me and Matt are over 25. Any young man under 25 and below, he's still developing, he's still learning himself, the life, the world, and he's got something to prove. After 25, if it ain't about proving stuff, it's about getting your stuff together. Standing on business is being productive, making money, bettering yourself. No, that was his daddy's business. So he's just, you know what I'm saying? He's saying that. What does that mean? Oh, I'm about me. I'm about mine. Like I said, he's trying to threaten his father. That's low key like a threat. That's low key like it's disrespecting him. Like I said, his father, you're embarrassing yourself and your family. Facts.
Now that's another part of this whole situation. That's boss man.
Cool guys. Shout to Double R. Cool guys.
But another part of this whole situation is just that, like the disrespect. So I'm like,
we're talking about T.I. and his son at the halftime.
We talking about somebody who actually came from nothing to literally provide you with this life, bro.
But I think
what does he gain from being hood?
I saw clips of him when he was a kid. He wanted to be an artist young, and then
he could still be an artist.
And his
other son is an artist.
Facts. But he doesn't have an identity crisis. He's not over here acting out, and he's in a different genre respect. It's not rap.
His other son does rap.
He doesn't. No, his other son does some. He has more. He's more.
He got a son named Damani who does like conscious hip hop.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking about. Conscious, keyword conscious. It's not the same category as his father.
And people actually like his music.
Dope, but good old King, man. Good old young King. That's embarrassing. Like I said, and everybody got their moments. Reality TV is not necessarily the best look for families because look what could happen. You know what I'm saying? And that's anyone. No disrespect to T.I. and all his family and all that, but Mr. King is wrong. Mr. King is wrong. You don't disrespect your father. Is being paid to be there to perform. It's a celebration of his father. Young men got something to prove. He wants validation, recognition, and he hasn't done anything to earn it yet.
Color said, but you got to think King and the other kids hated the show. They was on it, so it was something going on behind the scenes. I'm pretty sure there's probably a lot of things going on behind the scenes.
How was King when that was out? Like 10?
They was like kids.
Kids. Like I seen clips of that.
But at the same time, like I said, my biggest takeaway is like, what does he gain?
Shout to big homies watching. One of the things he told me, 100 things he told me. One of the things he told me real quick, he said, I said, I want to be this and that front the camera. He told me the people behind the camera make more money. Yep. And King is worried about being front the camera. And probably his father is like, hey, you do this behind the camera, you make more money, do this, do that. He's 19 years old. Something going to hit him in his head, not literally, figuratively, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But like when he's 25 and he's like, dang, like, some lights are going to come on. He's just not fully developed as a young man. Respect. You know what I'm saying? For him to act on disrespect his dad, like that at his dad's performance.
Bro, I know you want to be from the hood, but it ain't all what it's
because he wants to be respected and validated.
That's ain't all what it's
young
cracked
men
up
want to be validated and respected, and to him, that's what He wants to be his daddy. Shoot,
it ain't all what it's cracked up to be.
There you go. That's the moral. That's the moral of that. So we spent enough time. Yeah. Shout. Yeah, we move on. Yeah, but yeah, look it up, man. Because he went on live and his father put him in a headlock. He went on live and
but that was the right thing to do.
No, for sure. And he put him in a headlock and he said,
"You can't do nothing with me, boy."
And there's facts. Grown man strength. T.I. got to be at least 40. Right? Grown man strength. I made you, right? I could take you out. And that's what the world needs. More men being,
more, let me take off my belt.
Fathers. And that was a good example. So shout out to T.I., bro. Yeah, for real. All right, next game here. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers visiting the Cincinnati Bengals. Pittsburgh with the win. They're looking to win some games against the Cincinnati Bengals. They're in it's going to be
it's looking like it's over.
It is over.
It's over.
The quarterback's out. It's over. So so that's that game.
So that's one of my biggest worries as a Ravens fan right now. You know what I'm saying?
Pittsburgh catching fire?
Yeah, Pittsburgh catching fire. But at the same time, they're not really catching fire because their offense is still trash.
Did they fire the offensive coordinator?
They did fire the offensive coordinator. And they still only scored 16 points. But granted, they won the game. So, you know what I'm saying? That defense.
No, if they lost that game, that would have been crazy.
But
the Bengals, I'm predicting top 5, top 10 pick next year.
Whew, nah, they ain't going to get tied. They ain't going to be that kind of pick.
What do you mean? If they lose the rest of their games? They just might. I predict they're going to lose majority of the games the rest of the season, of course, if not all of them, without their quarterback. So we'll see. Next game here, we have the Carolina Panthers visiting the Tennessee Titans. We have the Titans with the win on the road, 17 to Carolina's 10. Carolina, they fired their coach. Better luck next year.
A little premature, though.
Let him finish the season. I don't know. Bryce Young's already getting a little criticism. They're already saying he's not going to be as good as C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud is one of the most exciting players in the NFL. I've seen him live in Houston. I went to that game not that long ago.
I like C.J. Stroud.
So I like C.J. Stroud too. He's my backup quarterback in my fantasy league. But you got to give these guys some years, and and he needs more people. So Carolina. You know what I'm saying? They're the bottom 5 NFL team right now. Expect them for sure. Top 5 take. No, they're gonna lose their pick. That's right. In that trade, man, crazy. But Bryce Young, man, he's still got a lot of time, man. Shout out Bryce Young, young quarterbacks, rookie quarterback right there. Okay, next game we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts 27, Tampa Bay 20. Gardner Minshew 251 passing yards.
He been all right.
Ricard White 100 rushing yards, and Michael Pittman 107 receiving yards. Indy's a sleeper team. It's unfortunate they lost their young rookie quarterback, but Minshew's won a lot of games for his career as a quarterback journeyman. So shout out to Minshew. He's maybe they could sneak in there. And Taylor's back.
Taylor got the
deal.
I think that's probably one.
Taylor signed that deal, 3-year, $24 million, which is a lot for a running back. They wish they would have gave him the beginning of the season, but he got it. And he's as far as like fantasy projections, he's like top 5 running back right now. What everyone thought he was, he is. But he didn't play the first 4 or 5 games.
What everybody thought he was.
So he is that. So shout out to the Colts. Shout out to the Indianapolis Colts winning the game. Next game here, low scoring matchup. We have the New England Patriots visiting the New York Giants. Giants to you do that to me?
So what? Nah, that ain't me.
What was I? My bad. The Patriots at Giants. The Giants 10. New England Patriots 7. Tommy DeVito 191 passing yards.
You gotta love that name, bro.
DeVito, yeah,
Tommy DeVito.
He makes He's QB3, and he makes like under $1 million. Starting games in the NFL.
That's probably about to get
Joe James can come. Like he did not think he was gonna play, right? At least I don't know. Daniel Jones. The Giants are in trouble, bro.
So the Patriots are probably gonna get that number 1 pick. Mac Jones was also benched in this game.
Mac Jones been benched about 8 times.
They need to break up.
It's time.
So here's my question from this game as well. Is it time for Bill Belichick
if he wants to?
If he went somewhere else, can you fire Bill Belichick though? Is that like a?
You're not gonna do that mid-season. He's one of the greats.
You're not going to do that this season, but they're going to have a serious talk. And does he feel like being a part of a rebuild? Or will another team come and cash him out? Like a team that needs something, put them over the top. If he wants to chase, because
Belichick
there is the Belichick Brady debate.
If Pete Carroll's coaching, I think Pete Carroll's
older than Belichick.
They about the same age, bro. Type shit.
Pete Carroll looked about 10 years old.
Pete Carroll's
but he can move though. He can move. He can still throw.
They had video.
In practice, bro.
On the field, threw like a 30-yard pass.
Yeah, 3-yard pass, jogging, all that shit. Shout out to Pete Carroll.
But yeah, Patriots 7 points in this game. That's pretty bad. Zappy was in there.
A lot of rebuilding to go there.
That's who's gonna get that number 1 pick. That's gonna be weird. Patriots all the way there getting my big boy.
Might get Caleb Williams. Or one of them.
I actually kind of.
That's the team that need to get a quarterback. Like Mac Jones. Mac Jones. He did make Pro Bowls rookie year. That was more of a team thing.
Right.
Got somebody over there.
They made the playoffs and all that. But they peaked. It makes sense. But yeah, I can see them getting a quarterback. But
you have to get a quarterback.
Right. Facts on facts.
You have to get a quarterback
and trade Mac Jones.
To where?
Or to whoever wants him.
You gonna release him?
Really? Whoever. If you get
this. I think he's got to be close to the end of his rookie deal. He gonna be bagging groceries, baby.
Nah, he's gonna be somewhere. He's gonna get a job.
He might get a job.
Yeah, he's gonna get a QB2 somewhere.
Yeah,
I think QB2 somewhere. Next game we have the Jacksonville Jaguars visiting the Houston Texans. We have the Jaguars 24 to the Texans 21. Trevor Lawrence with 364 passing yards.
I thoroughly enjoyed this game.
Elaine, same. This was a great game. I saw this game. In Dallas, on TV, you're going to get all the Cowboy games, of course, and you're going to get all the Texan games. You know what I'm saying? So Texan games come on TV. And like I said, I got a little soft spot for them now, being to a Texan game. Like I said, when they played the Cardinals recently.
I got Trevor Lawrence in fantasy, so I was cheering, but I was like,
and then the Texans is what happened. So back and forth game, Jacksonville won. Jacksonville's projected win. Jacksonville is a better team. Respect. Houston might make the playoffs. They might. You know what I'm saying? But low expectations this year, but they're overachieving. Good for them. And then they missed a field goal at the end. They missed a field goal at the end to tie the game, and it hit the bar, I think. And then it was 59 yards if I remember. I hit the bar. Nope.
Isn't it crazy how when I see CJ Stroud playing, I immediately look back and see Deshaun Watson at the start of his career again. It's crazy how this whole scenario played out.
They're lucky they got CJ Stroud, but they move forward. And he's as good as he is.
Crazy though.
As good as he is.
He might lead the league in passing.
He's the guy next to
Rookie of the year. We'll get to that later.
Respect. He's the next Patrick Mahomes. I don't know, but win Super Bowls and all this other stuff. I'm not saying all that, but as far as like numbers,
I think
as far as statistics,
I don't know if he's the next Patrick Mahomes, but he's definitely successfully replaced Deshaun Watson.
For sure.
Definitely.
For sure. No, for sure. They can finally move on from that. You know what I'm saying? And they've been through a lot with that. But it's those days are in the past. That's in the back mirror.
It's crazy.
Next page. Speaking of Deshaun Watson, his team, which he's currently on the IR, Cleveland Browns at the Denver Broncos. Side note on them. They said they are a quarterback away from contending. They have a great team, great record, and they let go Dobbs. They cut Dobbs, and Dobbs could have been on the roster.
But you know who they picked up? They picked up my man Joe Flacco.
They sure they got Joe Flacco. They got PJ Walker. He's the guy starting, right?
Joseph.
No. There's PJ Walker and there's another one.
Dorian DTR.
DTR, yeah. He's got the two names, and he showed it big Joe Flack. He gonna bring us some knowledge, man.
So DTR
gonna bring us some
had
knowledge.
A concussion last week.
Okay, so then you have Walker, then you have Joe Flack. Holy
so Flacco might actually
get the call up. I'll be excited, but he's experienced with the Ravens and the Browns, the same conference. So all these, he's familiar with the Browns. You know what I'm saying? He's familiar with the Browns, played against them plenty of times in his career. Hey, if he's still getting a job, good for Joe Flack, man. Still getting the call. So Denver with the win, yikes.
Denver.
So Denver proved.
I said it in the beginning of the year.
Proving a lot of
Denver has won 5 games in a row.
That's why you're paying Wilson and friggin' what's the coach?
Hold on, I gotta pull the schedule up because they actually beat some good teams.
They beat the Bills. They beat the Chiefs. Right? They beat the Chiefs.
We're gonna go through it. So this is me trying to figure out. Are the Denver Broncos back? So where are we starting here? So the Broncos beat the Chiefs, the Packers. Actually, the Chiefs,
the Bills, the Vikings,
the Packers, the Bills, the Vikings,
the Browns,
and the Browns.
Browns are good. The Browns are better than record-wise.
But you look at that stretch of 4 games.
Those some good teams.
Those some good teams, bro.
Those some good teams.
So I think
Coach, what's his face? New Orleans old coach.
Gary Payton.
Yeah, Sean Payton.
Yeah, I said Gary Payton. Sean Payton.
Sean Payton. No, Sean Payton, one of the great coaches. And if they didn't get it together, remember they about to throw that whole team away. But they paying freaking when they got blown out by the Dolphins week 4, 70-50. Or 70-20, 50-point win margin. Sean Payton makes all the money. Russell Wilson makes all the money, and they lose their old ball boy because Mike McDaniel used to be the ball boy for the Broncos back in his day.
Respect to Mr. Elway, but he don't do the greatest job with these quarterbacks. But these defenses
build them. They build
them.
They build them. Yeah, they build them.
That's how they win in these games, man.
They build them for sure. We'll see how that lasts, but like I said, they still division the Chiefs, bro. Still in division with the Chiefs.
But they won.
They won. Let's we'll
never
see
know.
The
they might. They
can sneak in the wild card. We'll check out the standings. We'll see. Let's see what happens. And next game here, we have NFC West matchup. We have the Los Angeles Rams visiting the Arizona Cardinals. The Rams with the blowout, 37-14.
My biggest takeaway from
Kyler Murray. Shout out Kyler Murray, Allen, Texas. 23 is Cubs' favorite player. Shout out to 23. Kyler Murray, 256 passing yards. Matt
Stafford with 4 touchdowns. Okay.
Yeah, right. Kupp is back. That allowed their rookie receivers to develop when Kupp was out. You know what I'm saying? Good win for them. They're looking to stay in the hunt. And I
had to watch this game.
The Cardinals are rebuilding. The Cardinals got like maybe like 2 wins.
My Ravens got to play them next. The Rams.
Gotcha. So,
man, Cardinals can't get a dub to save their life.
Right.
So in my mind, I'm like, dang.
That's for next. I mean, Kyler Murray just came back.
What if the Cardinals trade Kyler Murray?
They just might. If they get the number 1 pick and get another quarterback, they just might. They just might.
Well, that would be crazy.
They just might. I mean, you number like then it comes with results. Like if you drive somebody number 1, we'll see. More on them on the standings. Next page here, next game here, we have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Las Vegas Raiders. The Chiefs 31 to the Raiders 17. Pat Mahomes 298 yards. My Filipino cousin Josh Jacobs 110 yards rushing, and Rashee Rice with 107 receiving yards for the Chiefs. That's a lot for a Chiefs receiver.
I checked this game out. You know what I'm saying? The Raiders jumped out to an early lead, and you was like, oh, it was the Raiders. And then it was like, nope. That Patrick Mahomes being that man. Going that damn thing.
They fired their coach. They had a lot of issues in the locker room. It's real political over there, but with the coach and the quarterback and this and that. But you got to appease your best players or they're going to be out that door. Josh Jacobs
getting it done on the ground.
Josh Jacobs and Devontae
looking for
Adams.
that bag.
Yeah, he's on the franchise tag, if I recall.
He's looking for that bag.
He led the league in rushing yards last year.
I think going to disrespect that man.
2 of my leagues. So shout out to Josh Jacobs.
They need to get that man a bag. Stop disrespecting that man like that.
Shout out to Josh Jacobs. He's one of my. He
had like a 60-yard touchdown run in that game.
Right, he's one of my favorite players. Legit. Next game here, we have the Buffalo.
Game of the week,
bro. We was texting each other during this game. We got the Buffalo Bills visiting the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles had 37 points to Buffalo's 34 in overtime. This was a heartbreaker. Shout out to Buffalo Bills. Shout out to K, man. Like I said, a lot of Dallas and a lot of San Francisco was rooting against Philadelphia. So Buffalo had a lot of support, man. But Buffalo, like I said, I've seen a lot of Buffalo games. Like I said, okay. So the Buffalo Bills have Josh Allen had 339 passing yards. Josh Allen 81 rushing yards, and Devontae Smith had 106 receiving yards. Went overtime, right? Buffalo has the ball, they score, and they lost it. Wait. No, went overtime. No, it's did they miss the kick?
So
did they miss the kick? I don't remember what happened.
What happened was, actually Philly was down. And then they kicked like a 60-yarder in the rain.
That's right. That's what happened.
Kicked a 60-yarder in the rain. 50, they sent the game to overtime.
Yeah, in the rain.
31-31. Buffalo goes down the field, gets a field goal. Philly gets the ball back, drives straight down the field. Jalen Hurts rushes and then touchdown. Game over.
Yeah, that's what happened. That is what happened.
Shout out to Jalen Hurts though, because I was watching that game. I was like, yo, you really. I keep always talking about like players that they gonna put the team on it back. That's literally what he just did. So I want to lead off with one thing from this game. The Eagles are 10-1. Your 49ers.
Hey, more on that later. More on that next week.
This is we covered both of their games, so we could talk about it.
No, if the Philly would have lost that game, the Philly San Francisco game next week would have been for first place. Well, Philly won the game, but it's still for it's a revenge game. It's a rematch of the NFC Championship.
Edward, not as a fan, I want you to remove yourself for a second. How do you see
hard to do, but let's
how do you see this game playing out next week?
The 49ers is favored to win. Check the spread. It's like 3 points 49ers in Philly. We can't jinx it. Don't stand by Rocky and put a 49er jersey on Rocky. Buffalo did that. 49ers did that. Other teams do that. Leave Rocky alone. That's bad juju. Don't go to Philly. I've been there.
Wait, people were doing that?
When visiting teams come play the Eagles, if they don't already got some Eagle stuff on Rocky,
I gotta look that up.
People put up their jersey, they gear on Rocky, and that's bad luck. And we've done that before. And Buffalo did that.
I gotta look this up.
Yeah, the Rocky thing.
Oh, okay. I see. Oh Lord, people actually doing that.
Yeah, right. So what you call it? I've been to Philly before, one big homie.
How do you get the jersey on this?
I know, right? But
his arms all wide like that.
We went. Hell yeah, we went. And
I've been to
the
it.
Statue, yeah, Philly, yeah, right by Baltimore. No doubt. Yeah. So see now in real life, man. See the movie. Shout out to the Rocky movies, man. That's classic. I throw them on.
Yeah,
I thought if I got it on the screen, about to
man, I cut that.
About to fall out for the next day, man. I'll get Rocky in the background.
You need that workout motivation. You cut that fucking.
There
Rocky
is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Right, man.
Need that workout motivation. You cut on Rocky. You cut on Creed too. Man. Yeah, you cut on Creed too.
Creed, man, and then Creed's daddy, man. You know, side note, Creed's daddy was in the NFL in real life. In real life, he was in the NFL.
Bill Whip, is that his name? Bill Withers,
something like that. Yeah, Bill. Withers with Carl.
Carl Withers, that's his name.
He was on the Raiders, coached by John Madden. Right.
He was though.
Yes, I just saw that recently too. I'm so mad I didn't already know that. Yeah. He was a real life Raider. Yeah, back in the day, and then movies.
He sure was.
Right. Yes, that is a Annie and the Happy Gilmore and all that. Yeah, that's a resume and a half. NFL and actor. Check him out. Shout out to Carl Withers, man, in the Rocky movies.
He played with the Oakland Raiders.
And he was in the Oakland Raiders with John Madden. Don't get no more real than that. Yeah, man. No, but yeah, Buffalo and Philly, man. Man, you know, Buffalo still got the talent. You know, that's a good dynamic. You know what I'm saying? I got a soft spot for the Bills, of course. They can still make the playoffs. They just got to catch. They've lost a lot of close games.
No, man.
They got it. You know, the talent is there. You can't rule out talent. You can't rule out Pro Bowl ability players. Diggs and they have been one of the more better teams in the past 5 years. But if they miss the playoffs this year, I don't see it happening. But if they do, heads will be rolling in Buffalo. I'm
gonna be honest.
They're in risk of that's my point. They're in risk of losing Stephon Diggs. You cannot lose Stephon Diggs. You cannot, because there's been some rumors with that in this year and last year, etc. Cannot lose Stephon Diggs. Shout out to Buffalo Bills. I believe in the Buffalo Bills. They like I said, have the talent. They've gone neck and neck with all the great teams. Kansas City in the playoffs. That's one of the greatest playoff games I've ever seen in real life. You're not real life, but but just seen.
Shout out to Big K. I love you.
Shout out Big K, man.
But it's not looking good. You got the Dolphins at 8-3. They're probably going to take the division.
Okay, more. Okay, we'll get to standings.
Well, not even standings. I'm talking about the Bills. The Bills. You got the Broncos at 6-5, and they beat the Bills. You got Ravens, Steelers, and Browns. Ravens 9-3, Steelers 7-4, Browns 7-4.
We got 6 games left. We got 5-6 games left.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
But it's looking very unlikely.
You can't never say never.
The Bills is looking unlikely.
There's some teams I'm willing to count out today. The Bills is not a team I'm willing to count out just yet.
They had some bad losses.
They have had some bad losses. They've had
a lot of AFC losses.
Yes.
Which is like,
we'll pull up the stands for the fans. We'll elaborate on all the stands for sure. And to close out with next game, if you want to elaborate some more, we watched this game. It was a Sunday night. Met up with Matt, one of our spots. Baltimore boy. Ravens visiting the Los Angeles Chargers. Baltimore with the win, 20-10. Mr. Justin Herbert, 217 passing yards. Keaton Mitchell, 64 rushing yards, and Keenan Allen, 106 passing yards. But Baltimore, at the end of the day, scoring more points.
My takeaways. As a fan, we can always complain. The offense kind of was, hit or miss. I felt like we should have scored a lot more points considering we took the ball away 4 times. But our defense played like lights out. Like, to hold that type of offense to 10 points, 4 takeaways, pick, 3 forced fumbles, about 4 or 5 sacks. The defense is definitely championship caliber. And then the crazy part is a lot of the people we got on our team that's making these big plays, free agents we picked up off the street. Kyle Van Noy, Jadeveon Clowney. Jadeveon Clowney got 10 sacks, bro. 10 sacks.
Was he out last year?
The Browns. He was a free agent.
He was on the Browns. Yeah, drafted to the Texans. That didn't work out. Went Seahawks. He had a couple of good years on the Seahawks.
Came to the Browns for
the Browns. Great defense there. And then he's
10 sacks.
He's a part of the solution for Baltimore.
But yeah, our defense, boy, Kyle Hamilton.
Former number one. Am I saying it? Number one pick, right?
He was a number one overall pick.
Correct, to the Texans, correct.
So I mean, our defense is stacked, bro. It is. I feel bad.
Shout out to Baltimore. They, like I said, probably
and also
the biggest threat to the Kansas City Chiefs. There you go. Right now, today,
and my last takeaway from this game. Well, no, I got more takeaways. Zay Flowers is the truth. Anybody who I think it was Jermaine saying Zay Flowers before you trip. Zay Flowers is the truth.
No, when he got drafted, that was a big dang deal. I remember that was probably one of the main players that we just talking about in general. The fact that the Ravens needed a receiver, they drafted him and got Odell Beckham. Like I said, respect, bro. But like a big. They lost Andrews, man. That's a big.
My last takeaway from this game.
There's a big hole in the offense.
My last takeaway from this game.
The backup tight end, though, right?
My last takeaway from this game is that your king, Justin Herbert.
Bro.
Is that your king?
Bro, I'll tell you my.
Is that your king? He is 30-31.
Bro,
he is less than 50%.
We talk, bro. You can really talk to me.
Is like that your king?
You gonna talk to me like that? No, I remember we said that we had this conversation. We had this that's what he was saying during the game. I'm gonna just say shout out to Justin Herbert, Pro Bowl caliber player. You know what I'm saying? They got the pieces there. Talk to Charger fans. Like shout out to the Chargers. Coaching's their issue. His stories are still one of the best stories in the NFL, in my opinion. Still one of the best stories.
Hey, okay,
one of the best. Took over for the quarterback, the QB. Too.
Michael Orr's story is one of the best stories too. What I'm saying, if he was your damn quarterback, if he was your damn quarterback, and y'all won less than 50% of the games, how would you feel? He's killing it, but y'all losing. What else matters?
You're the coach. That's how I fix the Chargers.
Everybody wants to get rid of the coach.
Still got a great receiver. I'm gonna say some names out. Great receiver, Keenan Allen. Great running back, Eckler. Great defensive. Who we got? Boza, Nick Boza's brother, Joey Boza,
Khalil Mack.
We have some. Like I said,
they was making plays.
Some of the best players in the NFL is on this team. Man. But you need more people, coach. Like I said, but Justin Herbert.
No. I got one more. I got one more knock.
He's still a top 10, 15 quarterback.
I got one more knock.
Not everybody Pat Mahomes.
No, I got one more knock on him because it said during the game that they lost 6 games
by 3 points or less.
So you
that's
know what?
Insane.
But
bro.
Do you know what that tells me?
Coaching.
No, that's not what that tells me. That is what it tells me, but that also tells me that in every game, Justin Herbert had a chance to win the game and put the team on his back. They gave him the money, and he couldn't get it done. And it happened again on Sunday. It means all of these games. It wasn't like they was blown out, and all of these games.
Chargers been through enough, bro. They left San Diego,
and
the Chargers been through enough.
I know we're not supposed to talk about the past, but I'll even bring it back to how they ended their season last year, losing that game to the Jaguars in the playoffs.
Dang, they did lose that game. Oh my God, that heartbroken. Yeah, dang, they did. They was not supposed to lose that game.
So
it was not supposed to lose that
Justin
game.
Herbert got all the intangibles, height. He got the long hair, the big arm. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you gotta win.
Yeah.
So
32 teams. For everybody that wins, somebody got to lose.
So to all of y'all that crowned him,
evens out.
All of y'all that crowned him and said he was the next coming of whatever.
Man, this still top. Like, it's not the end of his career, bro.
It's not the end of his career,
but benched.
But
like,
stop hyping him so much until he actually do something.
Touche. Well, there's stats and then there's winning. He's one of the best. What did he do? Rookie stat. What did he do his rookie year? He did something.
He played well.
There you go.
That's
he broke some
did.
Type of record.
He played great.
There's always a record. Okay. Final game of the weekend. Then we'll go to the standings and then move on to basketball. All right. So Monday night, don't recall catching this game, low scoring game. We had the Chicago Bears visiting the Minnesota Vikings. Chicago 12, Minnesota 10. Justin Fields 217 passing yards. Justin Fields 59 rushing yards. DJ Moore 114 passing yards.
This game disappointed me.
Minnesota. They still got some players. They can still make a push. The Bears need
Jesus,
Michael Jordan, 85 defense. They need a lot. They need a lot. Yeah, Mike Ditka. They need all that.
That's another team might end up with that number 1 pick.
The Bears. Shout out to the Bears. All right, so we got the standings of the NFL. So we'll start with the AFC. First division here on the top, we have the AFC East. We have leading them. We just spoke to them earlier. The Dolphins 8-3. We have Buffalo 6-6. The Jets 4-7, and the New England Patriots 2-9. Like I said, Buffalo's now. Like I said, they got 12 games on the belt, 5 games left. If they win the next 4 or 5 games, we're rock and rolling. If they win 3 games, they can make playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Possibly. But yeah, Dolphins are going to win that. Let's crown the asses now. The AFC East conference, or excuse me, AFC East division, the Dolphins shall win that convincingly. They won a lot of big games. Shout out to the Dolphins, Mike McDaniel, Raheem Mostert, you know what I'm saying? They're doing their thing on there. Hill is one of the players that's not a quarterback that's in the MVP talks.
He rightfully so, though.
Hill's the man.
Rightfully so.
Hill's the man. He's about to break that receiving record. Shout out to Tyreek Hill. Next division, we have the AFC North. We have leading that the Baltimore Ravens at 9-3. Close on, better than expected. Close on their tail.
Yeah.
We have the Pittsburgh Steelers 7-4. I know they were that good. I knew Cleveland was Cleveland 7. Yikes. Cleveland. Here we go. We'll be right back. It's usually the battery going out. We still here. Matt's on the job. Everybody. So still here. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers 7-4. We have the Cleveland Browns 7-4, and then we have the Cincinnati Bengals at 5-6. So if I were to bet any money, like I said, Cleveland's out of it. They were contenders with Joe Burrow on the roster. Now that's not the case. Cleveland Browns, great defense. Paying Sean Watts a lot of money to not play due to injury. But they're still in the hunt. They're still hungry. Shout out to Cleveland. And Pittsburgh, surprisingly 7-4. Fire their offensive coordinator. But Baltimore has one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Jackson.
Lamar Jackson, former MVP.
Come on now.
Should win the AFC North. That's why I got my money on winning that division. And we called that beginning of the season. Of course we did. We both did. And then AFC, can't predict injury, but I think it did again. And then we have the AFC South. Leading that is the Jacksonville Jaguars at 8-3. We have the Indianapolis Colts right behind them at 6-5. The Houston Texans also at 6-5, and Tennessee at 4-7. So Jacksonville won this division last year. Indianapolis Colts, the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans can possibly make the wild card. A whole lot of season left, whole lot of football left. We will see. Next division here, we have the AFC West. We have the Kansas City Chiefs sitting at 8-3. And then we have the Denver Broncos at 6-5. the Las Vegas Raiders at 5-4, and the Los Angeles Chargers at 4. Excuse me. The Raiders are 5-7. Excuse me. The Raiders are 5-7, and the LA Chargers are 4-7. So the Chiefs look to win the AFC West. They've been dominating the AFC West for quite some time, and we'll see if any of these teams can make a late push. We have the Broncos, the Raiders, the Chargers. Anything can happen. Here we are, moving along to the National Football Conference. Matt is back. Matt is back, ladies and gentlemen. We have the National Football Conference. We have the NFC East. Matt is. Oh, there you go. Matt. Okay, we back. Okay, it went back and then went out again. It's kind of flashing. Okay, we're back. Let's check this out. We're back. Okay, Matt's somewhere doing something. He was fixed it. He's coming back. So we have the Philadelphia Eagles at 10-1. We have the Dallas Cowboys at 8-3. We have the New York Football Giants 4-8, and the Washington Commanders at 4-8. Last year, Philly and Dallas tied, but Philly had the tiebreaker. I expect Philly to win the division. We all do. They're sitting at 10-1, and Dallas, I say respectfully, because they're not better than the Eagles. Until they beat them. That Dallas is the best wild card team in the NFC. That's respectfully my opinion. So unless if they catch lightning in a bottle and win the division over the Eagles, that would be insane. I doubt it though. It'd be great to see, but I doubt it. Respectfully. Next division, we have the NFC North, and we have the Detroit Lions sitting at 8-3. We have the Minnesota Vikings 6-6. We have the Green Bay Packers 5-6, and we have the Chicago Bears 4-8. Here go Matt. There we go, Matt. And so we have the Detroit Lions leading the division, and they should very well win it. Minnesota, they've been dealing with injuries. Green Bay, rebuilding team. Chicago, rebuilding team. So shout out to the Detroit Lions. Swap about it. Here we go. So we're still here, though. We're still here. Thank you for everybody tuning in. Normal Guys Talk Sports. But next, we have the NFC South. We have leading the Atlanta Falcons at 5-6. Shout out to T.I. TIP. Rubber Band Man. Next team, we have the New Orleans Saints. 5-6, tied with the Falcons. Anything happen? And then after them, Tampa Bay. But hey, we're back, and we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 4-7. 4-7. Anyone's division. Anything can happen. And then closing out the NFC South, the rebuilding Carolina Panthers sitting at 1-10. And then anything can happen. The Falcons, they want to rebuild. They need a better quarterback. If I remember right, at the beginning of the season, I picked the Saints. Matt picked Tampa Bay. I still feel those two teams have better chance of winning the division than the Atlanta Falcons. And then last but not least, the NFC West, of course. We have your San Francisco 49ers, like my shirt. San Francisco 49ers, 8-3. We have the Seattle Seahawks 6-5. Side note, me and Matt about to go to the game. Seahawks and Cowboys. It's gonna be this Thursday. More on that later. But and then shout out to Seahawks. But we have the LA Rams 5-6 and the rebuilding Arizona Cardinals at 2-10. So the 49ers win this division. Let's get serious.
It'd be something wrong if y'all didn't.
There you go. And that closes out the standings. Any last final thoughts before we move on from football? We covered a lot of football.
Yeah, we did.
Covered a lot of football.
Russell Wilson for comeback player of the year. That's it.
Matt said, Matt, especially they win a few more games, that might just happen. So I can't even think of anyone else right now. Especially
or Clowney.
Clowney. All right. Did we Go over Eagles. So we covered our 1 hour. Yes. Yeah. So we're moving on to basketball. All right. So NBA. Let's go. All right. So moving on. Thank you for all the football. More football next week for sure. So we can start. I'm going to start all the storylines afterwards. We'll go over the scores real quick, standings, and we'll get in all our NBA stories so we can further elaborate. So, scores from last week to now. So, let's pull this along here. You know how these phones be. Okay, so we'll start from Wednesday, November 22nd. So we'll cover the past 7 days, nothing too crazy. Speed round, just scores real quick. But so on Wednesday, November 22nd, 2023, we had the Washington Wizards visiting the Charlotte Hornets. Charlotte with the W. Matt, there we go, Matt. We going. It's just like the radio. So we got Charlotte 117 to Washington's 114. LaMelo Ball playing big, 34 points. We have the Denver Nuggets visiting Orlando Magic. Orlando with the win, upsetting the defending champs at home. We have the Magic 124-119. We have the Brooklyn Nets visiting Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta 147 to Brooklyn's 145 overtime win. How exciting. Trae Young 43 points, Mikal Bridges 45 points. Both teams play hard. We have the Milwaukee Bucks visiting the Boston Celtics. My prediction of the Eastern Conference Finals, I'm willing to say that now. We have the Boston Celtics winning that game 119 to the Milwaukee Bucks 116. We have the Miami Heat visiting the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Heat 126, the Cavaliers 96, blowout win. We have the Toronto Raptors visiting the Indiana Pacers. Toronto 132 to Indiana's 131. Close game. We have the Memphis Grizzlies still without John Morant. He's got about like 10 games left on his suspension. I just saw that today. He posted a little song, 10 games. So shout out to John Morant and his return. You learn from your mistakes, man. You already on strike 2, man. No need for strike 3, Mr. Morant. So we have the Grizzlies, but shout out D Rose holding down the Grizzlies. Memphis Grizzlies at the Houston Rockets. The Rockets with the win, 111 to Grizzlies 91. We have the Philadelphia 76ers visiting the Minnesota Timberwolves. Excuse me, the Timberwolves with the win, 112 to the Sixers 99. Anthony Edwards 31 points, one of the better younger players in the league. We have your Sacramento Kings visiting the New Orleans Hornets. The Pelicans with the win, 117 to the Kings 112. Zion 25 points, Fox 26 points. No Keegan Murray for the Kings. If Kings have a full lineup, they're beating that time 9 times out of 10 for sure. We have the Chicago Bulls visiting the Oklahoma City Thunder. More on the Thunder later. We have the Thunder 116 to the Bulls 102. More on the Bulls later. And we have the Los Angeles Clippers visiting the San Antonio Spurs. Side note, this was the game. They were booing Kawhi Leonard. San Antonio boos Kawhi Leonard ever since he's been there. And then Pop got on the phone when he was on, or the microphone when he was at the free throw line, told the fans, hey, let the guys play. Let's show some class. Knock off the booing.
I mean, y'all, I don't see why they would boo him though.
He left.
But he
won him a championship.
Yeah, y'all had good times, bro.
Good times, right? But
don't be a hater.
Don't be a hater, right? And he wanted to go home. He went home, but they criticized him tough. Like towards the end, they said like he should have played when he didn't feel he was 100% to play.
Granted,
that's what it was.
I actually don't like that because at the same time,
you don't know me, bro. You know my body, right?
Well,
my career.
No, I'm saying I don't like
my body, my choice.
He won y'all a championship. B, it ain't like they been championship starved. It's not like That was their only championship, or they won no championships. They done had about 6 of them over the past 20 years.
Five.
What you crying about?
Duncan, Ginobili, Parker, David Robinson.
What y'all crying about?
Right. One of the great franchises, top 5 franchises in the NBA. Top 5 coach ever. You know what I mean? Now and ever. Yeah. So shout out Kawhi Leonard, man. 26 points. Victor Wembanyama, 22 points.
Like the homie,
next game here, we have the Golden State Warriors visiting the Phoenix Suns. Suns with the win, 123 to Golden State's 115. Kevin Durant against his old team, 32 points. And Klay Thompson with 23 points. Yikes. We had the Utah Jazz visiting the Portland Trailblazers. Portland 121 to Utah's 105. And then I saw some clips of this. Great game. We had the Dallas Mavericks visiting the LA Lakers. The Mavericks with the win, 104 to the Lakers, 101. Luka, 30 points. LeBron, 26. No games on Thanksgiving, November 23rd. Next day, Friday, November 24th, we had at least 10 matchups here. We had the Boston Celtics visiting Orlando Magic. The Magic, 113 to the Celtics, 96. We have the the Phoenix Suns at the Memphis Grizzlies. Phoenix 110 to Memphis's 89. We have the Miami Heat visiting the New York Knicks. Knicks with the win, 100 to Miami's 98. We have the Chicago Bulls visiting the Toronto Raptors. Toronto 121 to Bulls 108. We have the Detroit Pistons visiting the Indiana Pacers. Indiana 136 to Detroit's 113. Tyrese Halliburton, 26 point. Cade Cunningham, former number 1 pick, with 31 points. Denver at the Houston Rockets. The Rockets defeating the defending champs. Rockets 105. But Houston got some big wins this year. 105 to Denver 86. They beat the champs. You know what I'm saying? A lot to feel good about. Washington defeating Washington visiting the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks 131 to Washington's 128. Brook Lopez 39 points. He's having a great year this year. Jordan Poole 26 points. More on him later. We have your Sacramento Kings visiting the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Kings beating the best team in basketball in the Western Conference. 124 to 111. A lot to feel good about. De'Aaron Fox, that's a surprise you, with 36 points that he scored, and Anthony Edwards with 35 points. Great game. I watched a good part of it. We have next San Antonio Spurs visiting the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors 118 to the Spurs 112. Steph Curry 35 points. No surprise there. And New Orleans Pelicans visiting the LA Clippers. Orleans with the win 116. Clippers 106. Zion 32 points. Paul George 34 points.
Zion back?
Zion is back. But
is he
McCollum
back?
Went out. He's back at 20-something points. He's been, but McCollum went out. They were the number 1 team when he was there last year. But they're paying a lot of money to CJ McCollum, and he's currently injured. I don't remember what. Get well soon, CJ McCollum. Next day, we were the Saturday, November 25th. We have about 6 matchups right here. We have the Philadelphia 76ers visiting the Oklahoma City Thunder. This was the game. This was the Josh Giddey game. This was the Josh Giddey game. So Sixers visiting and pulled away with the win, 127 to the Thunder's 123. Joel Embiid 35 points. Chet Holmgren 33 points. And Chet removed all the pictures with Homeboy off his social media.
So we want to touch on Josh Giddey right
serious?
Now.
Later.
Okay, cool.
Later. Yeah. Spoiler alert. Yeah, a lot Josh Giddey gonna get some time.
Gonna get this work.
Yeah, for real. For real. And then Miami Heat at the Brooklyn Nets. The Nets with the win at home, 112 to the Heat 97. Next game here with the Atlanta Hawks visiting the Washington Wizards. Atlanta with a big game, 136. The Washington's 108. We have LeBron and company with the Lakers visiting his old stomping grounds, Cleveland Cavaliers. The Lakers with the win, 121. Cleveland is 115. They put a little note on the door, welcome back, and with his picture on it. Shout out to Cleveland, recognizing.
That's how you're supposed to do it,
the
though.
Best player.
That's why I said, why would you be mad at Kawhi? Bro, that's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, give him a little
Show love, bro. He might be back anyway.
He might be back, right? Exactly. Politicking. Greg Popovich was politicking with Kawhi. Side note, and he was talking about after the game. You think he ain't telling him to come to the Spurs and play with Wemby? Of course he is. If he didn't say it already, you know what I mean? More on that later. But next game here, we have the New Orleans Pelicans visiting the Utah Jazz. The Jazz with the win, 105 to Pelicans 100. And last but not least, one of the better rivalries in the NBA, in my opinion. We had the Dallas Mavericks visiting the LA Clippers. The Clippers defeated the Mavericks 2 years in the playoffs. And the Clippers with the win tonight, or this night, excuse me. 107 to Dallas's 88. Paul George, 25 points. Luka, 30 points. We have Sunday, November 26th. We have at least 8 matchups here. We have the Portland Trailblazers visiting the Milwaukee Bucks. Dame's return. Check him out. Milwaukee 108 to Portland's 102. Giannis 33 points. We have the Atlanta Hawks visiting the Boston Celtics. The Celtics with the win 113 to the Hawks 103. Jason Tatum 34 points. Trae Young 33 points. We have the Phoenix Suns visiting the New York Knicks. Suns 116 to the Knicks 113. Next page here, we have the Charlotte Hornets visiting Orlando Magic. Magic 130 to the Hornets 117. Next page here, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves visiting the Memphis Grizzlies. The Timberwolves 119 to the Grizzlies 97. Next game here, we have the Chicago Bulls visiting the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn 118 to Chicago's 109. Next page here, we have the Toronto Raptors visiting the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavaliers 105 to the Raptors 102. Next game here, we have the San Antonio Spurs to close out the evening of Sunday, November 26th. We have the San Antonio Spurs visiting the Denver Nuggets. Nuggets 132 to the Spurs 120. And on Monday, we had 5 games. We have 5 games. We have the Washington Wizards visiting the Detroit Pistons. The Wizards. So on Monday, November 27th, 2023, we have the Washington Wizards visiting the Detroit Pistons. The Wizards with the win, 126. The Pistons, 107. We have Portland Trailblazers visiting the Indiana Pacers. Portland 114 to the Pacers, 110. We have the LA. It's this game. We have the LA. We could elaborate on this game a little bit, but more on the Lakers later for sure. We have the Lakers in LeBron's worst loss in his career. 138 to the Lakers 44. So this is a 44-point loss. Tyrese Maxey, 31 points. LeBron James, 18 points. Yikes. Yikes. Yikes.
Joel Embiid, 30. And Tyrese Maxey, 31. This is where they lost that game on these 3-pointers.
22 3-pointers to 7. Yikes! Need more people.
And right here on these, right here.
Free throw percentage as well. Next page here we have, next game here we have the New Orleans Pelicans visiting the Utah Jazz. The Jazz 114 to the Pelicans 112, and final game of that evening we had the Denver Nuggets visiting the LA Clippers. Nuggets 113 to the Clippers 104. And those are all the games of Monday, November 27th. And today is Tuesday, November 28th. Games that already happened and completed of today, November 28th. We have the Chicago Bulls visiting the Boston Celtics. Celtics win that game 124 to the Bulls 97. We have the Toronto Raptors visiting the Brooklyn Nets, 115 to the Toronto's 103. We have the Atlanta Hawks visiting the Cleveland Cavaliers, The Cavaliers with the win, 128 to the Hawks, 105. The Milwaukee Bucks visiting the Miami Heat. Milwaukee Bucks visiting the Miami Heat. The Bucks with the win, 131 to the Heat's 124. And we have the Charlotte Hornets visiting the Knicks. The Knicks 115 to 91. And 3 games that are right now, some right now and one about to start. We have the Thunder visiting the Timberwolves. We have the Rockets visiting the Mavericks.
Timberwolves just ended.
Oh, bet. And then
Timberwolves win.
Timberwolves won that game. And then starting at 9, I'm looking to catch at least the second half. We have on TNT. Tune in, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Golden State Warriors visiting the Sacramento Kings.
You're down by 10.
And it's a tournament game. Oh, it's right now?
Yep, you down by 10.
Hey. First call. Oh, it did start. Okay, first game. Here we go. It's 30 to 20. Whole lot of basketball left.
And you got the Mavs down by 2 in the fourth quarter.
And so, we got the Rockets visiting the Mavericks 90 to 88. Those games are on right now. So those are all the games of the past 7 days. And speed round, get through the standings, and then we'll get to any maybe basketball story or two after we go over the standings with you guys. So starting off, we have the Eastern Conference. We have leading the East. We have none other than the Boston Celtics at 14-4. We have the Milwaukee Bucks at 13-5. Surprise team. We have the Orlando Magic 12-5. Some of them young picks are starting to pay off. Pablo, that's the best player. That's who I really know off the top of my head right now. This is on that team. Fourth, we have the Philadelphia 76ers. 12-5. The James Harden deal did them some justice. They got some depth back, and they got rid of a player that didn't want to be there and messed up team chemistry. Look for Tyrese Maxey to possibly make the All-Star team this year.
Looking like it is.
He already had a 50-piece.
Ooh.
He already had a 50-piece early in the season. So shout out to Tyrese Maxey. Fifth, we have the New York Knicks, 10-7. We'll see. They're gonna make a move. I don't know if Randall's the move because that's a big piece. But Jalen Brunson, arguably the best player. But look for them to make a move at the deadline. I feel it. The Pacers, we sit at 6th place at 9-7, and we have the Miami Heat at 10-8. We have the Cleveland Cavaliers also at 10-8. 9th place, we have the Brooklyn Nets 9-8, and in 10th place we have the Atlanta Hawks in 8-9. So if they
having a better season so far.
Mm-hmm. So if the playoffs were to start today, those were all the teams that make the playoffs and play in tournament.
Biggest surprise here so far.
Surprise here, the Orlando Magic. Everybody else, I could see them being competitive. I didn't think the Orlando was going to be this good. Everybody else, I could see them in that conversation. What'd you say?
So 1-7 in a row.
Wow. That's they are good. Like I said, shout out to the Magic, man. I've been to a Magic game back in my day. I don't want to elaborate too much on wax, but we used to go to Orlando a few times. You know what I'm saying? Orlando. Yeah, been to a Magic game. We had some good times, man. Shout out to Jay. Jay opened up for Young Thug in the club, and I was right there. Right there. So shout out to Jay and all them. So that's when I first went to Orlando. And Mike,
Shout out to Mike.
Shout out to Mike, man. He's got him. He's doing his thing, man. Clubs and all that ain't been the same, man. In Orlando, COVID, and they had a little shooting back in the day.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, the little shooting in Orlando. Orlando was a great place to be back in the day. Never satisfied. Had a lot of events there back in the day. This is like my rookie season, sophomore season when Never Satisfied, man. Charlotte, Orlando, man. So don't get too carried away. But sitting at 11 through 15th, we have the Toronto Raptors at 8-10. We have the Charlotte Hornets 5-11. We have the Chicago Bulls 5-14. The Washington Wizards 3-14. And the Detroit Pistons at 2-15. A lot of rebuilding.
14 L's in a row for the Pistons.
A lot of rebuilding. Yeah, man. They got a number 1 pick that plays. They got 2 former number 2 picks, Marvin Bagley and Jameis Wiseman on that roster.
Marvin Bagley, nice, man.
He's has some 30 pieces in his career, but it's staying consistent and healthy, man. That's who the Kings drafted over Luka. So that's always going to follow him in his career. It's got me saying it right now.
Sheesh.
You know what I'm saying? So that's always going to follow him. He's like, I'm not going to call him Darko, but that's what it's low-key equivalent. Darko over your Wade, your Bosch, your Melo. You know, Luka's going to be all-time great. Marvin Bagley, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's ever going to make the All-Star team.
He might not.
There you go. So NBA player, NBA player. Shout out to Marvin Bagley. You know, no disrespect, but you know what I mean. Like high hopes coming out of college. Number 2 pick. Nice. But yeah. So yeah, that's
Eastern Conference.
That's the Eastern Conference. So let's slide over to the West. Couple headlines here. But let's go over the standings and we can elaborate on some of these headlines for sure. But just speed through. We have the Minnesota Timberwolves leading the West. Surprisingly, I wouldn't have. They spend the money like they want to be the best, but it all worked out. The Rudy Gobert trade was arguably one of the worst trades ever seen, but now
it makes sense.
Now it makes sense. They got the Timberwolves 13-4. Had the crazy matchup with the Warriors early in the year. Gobert got choked out. Green got suspended. More on that later. But yeah, Timberwolves sitting at 13-4. We have the Denver Nuggets, defending champs, sitting at 12-6 in second place. Surprisingly, Oklahoma doing pretty well. 11-6 in third place. More on the Thunder and Josh Giddey in just a moment. And we have the Phoenix Suns, fourth place, 11-6. The Dallas Mavericks, fifth place, 10-6. Your Sacramento Kings in sixth place at 9-6. The Houston Rockets winning some games at 8-6, seventh place. One of the worst NBA teams last year. Making a push this year. Check them out. We have the LA Lakers, Los Angeles Lakers in eighth place at 10-8. We have the New Orleans Pelicans in ninth place and 9-9, and the Golden State Warriors in 10th place at 8-9. So if the playoffs play-in tournament starting today, that's everyone that would be participating. A whole lot of basketball left. Everyone's played at least 15 games. We got 82 games in the season, so a whole lot of basketball left.
And a tournament.
More when we get to the championship, we'll really expand on the tournament for sure. The finals of that, the mid-season tournament. And then outside looking in, we have the Los Angeles Clippers with one of the great rosters on paper sitting at 7-9.
It's not translating.
We have the Utah Jazz at 6-11. In 12th place, we have the Portland Trailblazers, the rebuilding Portland Trailblazers at 5-12. The Memphis Grizzlies at 3-13, waiting for John Morant to get back.
What happens when he gets back?
They can make a push to the play-in. They've done it before. They're only 4 games out. If they keep pace, and if you're 5 games out, anything can happen. If you're over 10 games out already, then it's an uphill battle.
3-13.
With him, it's going to be a different story. It's going to be a different story for sure. And to close out the Western Conference, we have the San Antonio Spurs sitting at 3-14. Popovich on coaching your team, and Wemby doing all that he does. Okay, so that closes out the standings for the Western Conference. We got some headlines, don't we? We got some headlines indeed. So basketball. So Josh Giddey.
Hold up, I got to bring you on camera for this.
Josh Giddey.
Here
we go. Welcome back, Josh Giddey. Got somebody tuned in. Shout out to you.
Josh Giddey.
We got Josh Giddey. So
break this down for me, Ed. What happened?
This is my understanding. Josh Giddey is 21 years old. He's been in the NBA, 2-3 years now. He got in the NBA, 19, give or take, 18, 19. Allegedly, but there's evidence, if you will. He's been spending time or potentially inappropriate relationship with the underage female. So In the United States, the last time I checked, it's 18, right? 18. Right. There you go. Just respectfully, just check me out. But what makes this situation, some side notes to this situation. He's from Australia, so foreign, different, whatever. Let's all angles, right? He's under 25, so he's not fully developed, just like Mr. King. He's not fully developed. You're under 25. To me, you are. You're not fully developed as a man. Still evolving, you're still growing, you're still learning. Age of consent in Australia is 16. Age of consent is Oklahoma 16. I don't know what that means. I don't know what age of consent means. You know what I'm saying? I know 18. I know
age of consent means.
I know 18. I know 18.
At that age, you could be with an adult.
You can be with an adult. So some states are different. But when I turned 18, I knew to be with girls under 18 was, frowned upon. And you move on and you evolve. And I had a 20-year-old girlfriend when I was 18. That's pretty dope. You know what I mean? So, and when I was 21, it was just like, 18 was starting to feel young, because when you're 21, you want to start drinking, and you don't want to underage, drinking, then that's on you. You know what I'm saying? You 21 and your homegirl 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, I don't know about all that. But like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the way I look. So you 21, millions of dollars. Okay, full circle. He's not fully developed. You're 21, gajillion dollars in the bank, and out of all things you could be doing, out of everybody on Instagram you could be flying in, you are hanging out with a high school junior, allegedly. Unless if that was family or friends of the family, what is the purpose of hanging out with a underage female? This is one of the big problems in the world.
All right, so I have some
in the world.
I have some input.
Robbing the cradle, right?
I have some input on this situation. So lately in the news, there has been, and I won't mention other people. We'll just stick to this, but I will bring it up. There has been a lot of news about men doing things that are inappropriate with women. Right? We got that. That's something
in the musical industry.
Yeah, but we ain't got to say no names. We know what's going on. Music, actors, all this stuff. At the end of the day, at some point as men, we do gotta have some sort of discipline, and we gotta
keyword Mr. Discipline over here. Keyword.
We gotta do the right thing. I can't say I've always been at my best. Granted, I ain't never do nothing like they talking about. But I as a man, like I'm pretty sure you're gonna relate as well. Like I haven't always made my best decisions when it came to making some sort of decision with a woman, but sometimes when it's all on the line.
I was a different person in my 20s, man. So that's what I'm going to refer to.
When it's all on the line,
I'm a different guy, man.
You can't think with little head, when it's all on the line.
Put that on a t-shirt.
You talking about millions of dollars.
Billions of dollars. I think he already lost a corporate lost a deal that was worth a lot of money. Dang it, man.
Millions of dollars on the line because
so he played the game. So when I earlier so they played the Sixers, right? They play out the Sixers in Oklahoma. His home team booed him. So the news is out. Booed him. That's okay. So that's gonna get some. So wait until he gets on the road. He's gonna be here.
I was about to say.
Wait until he gets on the road.
That was his home team.
That's his home team. Right.
I mean, home crowd.
That's his home crowd. You know what I'm saying? So let alone the rest of the NBA, right? All 29 visiting cities that he will visit, because he is not suspended. He's not none of that. He's not none of that. You know what I'm saying? He is active and kind of switching gears, kind of piggybacking. Miss. I don't know about her, but Miss Malika Andrews, she covered it once. She ready to throw somebody in the river, you know what I'm saying, with weights attached to them, like she did Ime Udoka.
Yeah.
Like she did there's other players on.
I know
she's called out a few players, and it's not the time or the place. You don't need to be at the draft. You don't need to be talking about nobody that passed away. You know what I'm saying? Nobody passed away. That's a friend of the studio. That she, you know what I'm saying? That's he was in the Big Three. Big Homie was homies with him.
I know you're talking about
Pain. Shout out to he
passed away, and she brought up
aired out his dirty laundry the day he passed away. Man, get out of here.
She tried to bring up.
You get out of here, like late breaking news. Yeah. Get out of here. So the flip side, Remember the white NFL player beat up his black girlfriend? Nothing on that. And this current situation,
he got proven guilty as well.
Right. Have a black you can say, we just said this right before we started filming. Having a black player did what Josh Giddey did right now today. A black player, hear me, bro. A black player with an underage girl,
Man,
you know my home side note. You know my homie said. Shout out to Big Anthony at my job. Real quick, there's a game, South Park adventure game, and they have difficulty, and it's like your skin color.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Skin color, bro. Right, bro. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, like how deep are we gonna take this?
I mean, if it's hard for some people to talk about bad about the people they love. So everybody got their everybody got their own preference,
deep, bro. That was deep.
Everybody got their own preference.
Bro. That's deeper than some people gonna get.
Everybody got their own preference of what they think is right and wrong. But at the end of the day, I do feel like this would have been a different type of discussion had it been
black player,
a player that was colored with different pigmentation.
Melanin. More melanin. You're right. Yes. No. So yeah, Josh Giddey, like I said, man, sticky situation.
Discipline, bro.
Discipline. Sticky situation. One of the things that I saw, and I'm just, I'm a normal guy, talk sports. I'm not freaking Stephen, one day, but I'm not Stephen A. Skip. But my point being, if I see some of this stuff, I can only imagine what the media has dug up by now, right? Right. And there was one that she put on social media, her and a shirtless Josh Giddey. I just F Josh Giddey. That I seen that. So if I seen that, I don't know what else is out there. A lot of these kids, a lot of these Gen Zs, they're not fully developed, and they put their whole friggin' life on social media, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. Their whole life. There's a time and a place. When I'm posting on social media, normal guys talk sports, never satisfied, et cetera, or I'm shouting out all my people.
But at the end of the day, everybody.
That's social media. Not everybody. I just had,
Everybody wants their 15 minutes. And that's the world we live in.
Dang it.
Everybody wants their 15 minutes. Everybody wants to be able to get their attention. Everybody wants to feel like there's somebody
important.
Everybody has to have a claim to fame in this generation.
Dang, yeah.
And
I mean, me included. Sure. I've been there. I feel you.
And some people are willing to go.
I've been there.
Further lengths than others in order to get said 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Limits. There's limits. There's levels. There's limits.
There's some people
filters.
People who are gonna do something strange.
Short term, long term, cause and effect, ripple effect, butterfly effect. You know what I'm saying?
Shoot, I don't know if you knew about the Matarrisa situation.
I don't know what that is.
All right, so this is about to blow your mind. Right. So and we'll just quick we get back.
It was Josh.
But Matarrisa was accused of group unauthorized touch of a woman.
Okay. Who's this? Matt?
He was the punter for the Bills.
Oh.
He was drafted and was cut because a young lady made a false accusation.
I remember that.
And so, at the end of the day, fellas, we just got to be smart, got to be mindful.
Time and place.
You know what I'm saying? Time and granted, he seems like in the case of Matt, he was innocent. We don't know, with Josh Giddey, but fellas, we got to be a little bit smarter. We got to be a little bit more disciplined. We got to, cross your T's, dot your I's.
Discipline.
Self-control. Big head, not little head.
Self-control.
Back to you, Ed.
Self-control. Put that on a t-shirt. But yeah, man, shout out Josh Giddey. More developing. Yes, developing. We will be back. With Josh Giddey updates. That is not the last time we brought him up. We will update that. But as of right now, no punishment. But was he guilty of? That's what's on the internet. Right. But we'll see.
It's an accusation at this point.
Accusations. There you go. And Malik Andrews, we'll see. Allegedly, we'll see. Next NBA headline or story that we have. We got a few teams, you know, on the ups and a few teams struggling or looking to rebuild. And in my opinion, and I've mentioned this a few times, you know, in these past few episodes, two teams, and the media says this, so that's where I get it from, of course. Two teams that will probably make a move or two, and they've been in trade rumors past year or two, Chicago Bulls and the Toronto Raptors. Both Chicago Bulls, because they gave up a lot to build their current team and it hasn't equated to success. Part of it is the Lonzo Ball injury, but you're still paying Zach LaVine a lot of money. You're still paying DeMar DeRozan a lot of money, and you have the center, and he's a former All-Star off the Magic. He made the All-Star team like 5 times with the Magic. He was like the center after Dwight. You know what I'm saying, in the Magic. So they have a good team, but does it translate to wins? So I could see, again, Zach LaVine's in a lot of talks, $40 million, great scorer, lack of defense. We'll see who, again, every team, not every team, but a lot of teams should be calling. I would, if I was a general manager of a certain team with LeBron on it, I would make that call. Everybody, because if you were to pick LeBron and drop him off to the Chicago Bulls, they'd be contender. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? DeMar DeRozan, the Lakers could have signed DeMar DeRozan and they didn't. That's on them. The Lakers they got the championship bubble, but a lot of the front and a lot of decisions the front office has made has failed LeBron. It's failed LeBron. Anthony Davis supposed to be a bigger window. They're more on the Lakers in a moment, but that is what I recommend from the Bulls. I do see the Bulls making the trade. And same thing with Toronto Raptors. They won a championship, and next thing you know, Kawhi Leonard leaves, so you're no longer a contender. Still playoff team, yes. Still have all-stars on the team, yes. They just got rid of the coach, the championship coach, Nick Nurse, because he's on the Sixers now. So they have a coach, I don't even know his name off the top of my head, a new coach. And you just gave a big you just lost Van Fleet. You still have a couple pieces left. Siakam, he was a starter on the finals team, or the championship team. But Siakam, OG Anunoby, these are win-now players. They have already won a championship. Toronto's rebuilding, especially getting rid of the coach and losing Kawhi Leonard. And they lost Van Fleet last year in free agency, and they lost Kyle Lowry a couple years ago as well.
He getting up there in age.
Yeah, I mean, but he was a part of the championship. He was a part of the championship. He was starting on the championship team.
I feel like that was forever ago now, though.
2019. It's about to be 5 years ago. It's 4 years ago. Yeah, so those two teams, again, if I were to bet money at the deadline at the end of the season, those are the top two teams that are going to break up their team. My opinion. Whew. So we'll see. And like I said, so shout out to and then you know, next story here, we have the Timberwolves and the Thunder. You know, early success for them. You know, young teams looking to pay off. We'll see what happens. The Timberwolves, again, Anthony Edwards, one of the best players. Karl Anthony Towns, like I said, we'll see.
Shout out to Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, we'll see what this year brings, but right now they're bringing it. You know, so we'll see how long their success lasts. You know, same thing with the Thunder, but they got, you know, Josh Giddey situation is sticky. They're around second, third place right now.
So,
but Shea Alexander, Chet Holmgren, you know, there's a lot of good players. They got to move on from Josh. They're still going to be good. So it's not like make or break, but this is a point guard, combo guard that can give you a triple double. That give you 20 points. You know what I'm saying? Josh Giddey is good.
I mean, that's a lot of production
at 21 years old. You know
that's a lot of production.
I think he's one of the youngest players to have a triple double.
That's a lot of production.
You know what I'm saying? So
20 points.
Yeah. So
that's
he's
a lot
that
of production.
good. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But the front office and the ownership and public relations, it will be tried and tested for sure with the Josh Giddey situation. That's one of the worst situations you could probably be in as an individual,
either that or
as a man, and as a friggin' the employer and the team and the franchise and the front office.
Or it's going to get swept under the rug.
We'll see. But he's going to hear about that a long time from the fans for sure.
So what's up with the Warriors?
Okay, we got the Lakers, the Warriors, and the Clippers. So we got the Lakers in 8th place. We got the Warriors in 10th place. You know, not is
Draymond's suspension over?
I don't know yet. He was for 5 games. I think the Lakers, they just expect too much from LeBron. And they started to a little,
but he's still having high production at his age, though, which is crazy to me.
And to be in 8th place, that's a problem.
Yeah, but I mean, Anthony Davis need to get this together.
Kevin Garnett said it. The Lakers are going to go as far as Anthony Davis takes them.
Yeah.
Not LeBron.
Correct.
Well, LeBron's a part of the solution, but Anthony Davis, Lakers are as good as Anthony Davis.
At some point, you're gonna have to step up, be a grown man.
Right. Shout out to. And the Warriors, like I said, so let me.
Steph is out.
Let me give you a couple minutes with the Warriors. My best.
Steph is out. Steph is cold.
Right. So let me break down the Warriors from a non-biased vantage point. You have the big three. They all been on the roster 10 years. Great. They had a championship run. Great.
Couple runs.
Cool. You know what I'm saying? Then their motive, their strategy. I'm talking to you, America. Their motive, their strategy was to keep the core in place, right? For sure. And then also have like a rebuild all at the same time, which is a great position to be in. You're already on top of the mountain, but it's hard to develop younger players when the stars are there, getting the minutes, getting the shine, winning the games, et cetera, et cetera.
Now Jordan,
part of the rebuild, 2 players that come to my mind immediately, James Wiseman, which they drafted number 2 overall, passed up a lot of great players, draft him to be the next great big center on the team. He doesn't pan out, so you lose the number 2 pick.
You should already know a great big center wasn't really.
They drafted by need, and they had the number 2 pick. He was injured in college a lot, I believe. And then later on in 2019 draft, if I recall, you get Jordan Poole. He
Great shooter.
Great shooter, looking better at Clay at times. Contributed to their last championship. So you had those two.
But obviously he didn't.
Should have took the reins, right? So the front office failed the team, failed the roster.
They got some
failed the stars.
They got some people on that team who you can't really replace. Well, you can replace their production, but you can't replace them as far as like people are gonna want to see Draymond Green. People are gonna want to see.
Of course, but that's 3 of 15. Understood, but that's 3 of 15. You can still develop talent. You can still have key contributors,
right?
But it's so much about. Then you got the Jordan Poole, Draymond Green. We've talked about that plenty, but like that shouldn't have happened. It happened. You had to get rid of Poole, so you get Wiseman doesn't work out. You trade him for nothing. Bet. Then you get Poole, part of the future. He could have been there 10 years.
Yeah,
playing lights out. But all these antics and fighting and all this other stuff. But on the flip side, Draymond did what he did. Don't agree with that. I love
everybody kind of lost.
I hate Draymond Green, but if you look at all angles, what the heck did Jordan Poole say to get hit?
I know what he said.
Something about what did he say?
Allegedly, Jordan Poole said
talking about the Michigan State, and I get more beezies than you.
No, that's not.
I'm about to get money, and you not.
Nope, that's not what he said. He walked up to Draymond Green and allegedly said that you are 30's backpack.
30's backpack? I don't get it.
Essentially, he said
30's back. What does that mean?
That means that Steph Curry has carried Draymond Green.
30's backpack. Whoa.
He said he has carried you throughout your whole career. That's essentially what got him punched in the mouth.
Whoa, that I'm offended for him. Wow, I would have got offended. Yeah, hell yeah.
He said you are 30s.
I just got offended. Yeah,
you are 30s.
I don't even like Draymond Green. I got offended for Draymond.
You are 30's backpack.
Oh my goodness.
I ain't gonna lie. That's a pretty cold.
Yeah, I got offended for him. Yeah,
but at the same time, I'm like, I couldn't imagine breaking up the team because of that. Granted, it's kind of
breaking up the team. That's my point. Breaking up the team. Broke up the Warriors. Now, okay, full circle. You're training for Chris Paul. Chris Paul older than me. You know what I'm saying?
And if I'm not,
Chris Paul older than me, bro. Hey, so that's the answer.
It was some picks involved in that trade too, wasn't it?
Rotation players. That's what the Warriors need. Rotational players. You get rid. There was picks involved. It was, I don't remember, but you traded. It was you traded to the to the Warriors or the Wizards. And there was another trade for the and then Beal and I don't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, so it was 2 trades. So Beal, no, that's what happened. Beal and Chris Paul, that's what happened. The Suns and the Wizards traded Chris Paul for Bradley Beal.
Right.
Bradley Beal's on the Suns. That's what he wanted because he had that in his contract. Shout out to Bradley Beal on the Suns. Cool. So Chris Paul ends up on the Wizards. You knew that wasn't going to last. Then they trade Jordan Poole for Chris Paul. So the Wizards turned Bradley Beal and a Chris Paul into Jordan Poole. Like, yikes. You know what I'm saying? You could have got a little bit more, but he had that in his contract. So that screwed over the Wizards. And the Wizards took the L for the Warriors, took on the contract of Poole. You know what I'm saying? It's pros and cons every trade. But you get an older Chris Paul. Chris Paul has got to be at least 10, 15 years older than Jordan Poole.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out what was the point of this.
What was the point? They had to. You had to get rid of Jordan Poole, and nobody wanted him because of that incident. And you get Chris Paul. Chris Paul's on the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? If they do it, whatever. I don't see it. Like, for real, I don't see it this year. For real, I don't see it this year. Chris Paul's going to save the day?
No.
Again, exactly. Jordan, like I said, what's important? Durability, availability, production, usage. That's the word I'm looking for. Usage. You're going to use Chris Paul till the wheels fall off to win another championship? Get out of here. Yeah, right. Klay Thompson on a half a leg? Yeah, right. Not this year, but Jordan Poole and Wiseman. Wiseman would have worked out.
I mean, they would have kept him young.
Kept them young, this and that. They shortened the window. That's what I'm saying. The window is shorter.
Steph injured.
Should be. Steph's injured. So they're in 10th place.
Which is something that's becoming more and more common.
He's 35.
That went by quick.
35, getting all these illegal screens. Shoot. So the Warriors, I don't know how you fix the Warriors. They had their opportunity. That's what I'm saying. They have.
Well, I mean, they fulfilled the prophecy.
There you go. But the championship rebuild during the championship team is like, again, those two. Okay, they got Moody and Kuminga and Looney. Solid contributors, you know what I'm saying? A solid contributor. They've been on the team. Looney outplayed Sabonis. I hate Looney. You know what I'm saying? He's a decent center. You know what I'm saying? He's been there a long time. So he's probably the 4th, 5th, 6th best player because he'd get you a double-double. And that's important.
The wheels may fall off soon.
Sooner than later, and it's the front office's fault. Because of those two moves, you cannot tell the Wiseman thing. You look up that draft. They passed LaMelo Ball. Yeah, that would have came with a headache, but that would have came a great friggin' player. LaMelo Ball is a great friggin' player compared to Wiseman. Wiseman is a 3rd center on the Detroit Pistons. Wiseman barely even plays. That's how bad he is. And he was the number 2 pick. It'd be like that sometimes. So the Warriors, bro. Yeah, the Warriors. The Warriors, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I don't see it this year, and
I think it might be over.
Thank you.
I mean,
thank you.
If that makes you happy, it might be over.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
But it was a good run.
It was a great run. Congratulations. Turning the page. Turning next chapter. Somewhat.
We about 2 hours in.
2 hours in. We should close it out. Any last headline before we close it out? And the Clippers in 11th. Westbrook's can come off the bench. I believe in the Clippers, bro. I believe in the Clippers. I believe the Clippers could be the better than the Warriors at the end of the season.
I believe in the Clippers are our future.
Too much greatness on one team. And all them players are playing for a contract because they got to build. They open up a building. I'm gonna close it with the Clippers. They open up their new building, their own building. You need a star or two in there, and all of them about to come off the books.
They got all stars there.
Westbrook, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard. Those 3 is top 75 players all time, and also Paul George. He gonna make that top 100 for sure. So four of the best players in the NBA today on one team, but you need to fill up that bench. I think they're going to make one move at the deadline. They need more help inside, but I think Russell Westbrook is showing selflessness because they put them all four together. Russell Westbrook.
Somebody's got to show selflessness.
Russell Westbrook requested to come off the bench. That's leadership.
Somebody's got to be humble.
That's selflessness. That's team player. And James Harden isn't. You know what I'm saying? That's key to keep it 1,000. James Harden, blah, 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 blah.
He's the same player no more.
Still give you 30 points, not every game, but the Clippers are making the playoffs. I don't give a doggone. They're 11th place right now. Clippers,
they should make
the Clippers are making it because if they don't, heads are rolling and somebody leaving. But I don't know all four are going to be back next year, but they all about to be free agents, but they all want big deals and they want to open up that big building. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens. The Clippers are going to be the most interesting team in the offseason. I promise. So that's that. All right. Hey, thanks for tuning in. So that wraps up the NBA this week. More NBA in future in next week's episode for sure. Like I said, so closing out the episode, we gave you 2 hours. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys every week. Appreciate everyone out there supporting us, encouraging me, encouraging Matt. You know what I'm saying? Helping inspire us and motivate us. Thank you to everyone that's ever supported us in the show. Straight up, never satisfied, everything. So close it out. We got some game. It's at 10 o'clock, November 28th, Tuesday. Closing out episode 52. We're going to do some shout outs and then we're going to sign off. First, again, shout out to Matt, at Matt Got Cameras, at King Edward III, and Normal Guys Talk Sports. If you follow all that, of course, it's all right here on the top. Never Satisfied Studios, Never Satisfied Life. They make it happen. We need sponsors outside of the home base.
We're working on it.
We're working on it. You know what I'm saying? CEO walk by, it's going to be the first thing you say. And then, but speaking on our sponsors, shout out to Never Satisfied Clothing. I'm about to buy a sweater. I got this is hard. It's hard. You know
I ain't seen this one before.
I've seen it. And it's medium. We got some mediums right here. So you could get to never. Yeah, you get to get us on the gram. Shop Never Satisfied. All that. Come by our studio if you're familiar. Reach out to me and Matt. Anyone in the building, we can assist you. But like I said, support the merch. I'm going to purchase this and wear this one of these days. This is hard. So like that sweater. That's what I'm saying. I got some shoes to match and I'll be all right, man. So yeah, Never Satisfied. Come on now. This Matt got his chain. Matt told me he doesn't want to look like he got money. Matt has told me that before. I'll be the same. I'll be taking in half the time.
As of lately, I want to look like I'm broke. So.
Same. I act broke, look broke. You know what I'm saying? Slow build. How big homie say it? Downgrade to up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Minimize to maximize.
That's what I was looking for. Minimize to maximize. That's put down a t-shirt. That's one of our life lessons right there. But minimize to maximize. Like I said, shout out to NS all day, bro. All day.
I've been here. Calio's Tacos.
Calio's Tacos, best taco truck in Dallas. Best tacos I've had, period. You know what I'm saying? Like shout out Calio's Tacos.
My people, my family next tomorrow, Time Out Podcast.
You know what I'm saying? All the podcasts here. Shout out to Lance. He just walked by. You know what I'm saying? He's got shit. I don't know. Of course, 23 Cups, Smoke Detector. You know what I'm saying? Shout 2-3. Shout out to everybody. Never Satisfied for sure, forever, man. And what else? I think we covered it all. And again, CEO. We saw him early. Shout outs in the.
I think he went out already.
Nah, he been left. I promise you that. I promise you that. He out
there standing.
He did his right. He did his part.
Yeah, they're standing on business.
It's up to everyone else to do theirs. He did his part. Respect.
So closing out,
man.
Fellas.
Respect yourselves and each other. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Respect your daddy at his event.
Respect your daddy, fellas.
Respect the band. Respect the performers. Respect the legends. He has a legend, bro.
Respect your parents.
King of the South.
And
he named you.
Stop trying to imitate a trash culture.
All right. Make it make sense, but that's what gets you respect, man.
And fellas, respect these ladies, bro.
There you go.
Because it ain't gonna work out in your favor.
Dang, hey, for real. Karma, man, energy, man. Put out reciprocate all that. So yeah, like a lot of things can be learned. You know what I'm saying? We again, as old, we're in our 30s, right? We look out for the younger generation and learn from others' mistakes. And like I said, Mr. King, we'll close on that. And they end the graphic at Mr. King could have made some better choices, and Mr. Josh Giddey could have made some better choices. Yeah. That's our. We're standing on that business. We're standing on business when it comes to that, right? We stand on business. Me and Matt stand on business. But once again, thank you for tuning in. Another episode, signing off, episode 52, Road to 100. Everyone have a great week. Enjoy your sports, and we'll see you next time.
We out.